Are we up? We're up. Good morning. Sorry about yesterday, guys. There's days when I make it up in the morning and there's days when I don't make it up in the morning. So what's going on here this morning? I guess some of you already know what we've got is the latest batch of prints has come back from Kubota-san. We've talked about this before. The Serpent Strikes has now reached the final stages of production. It's a design that Jed created years ago. He always wanted me to do a print of it. I postponed and postponed. We just procrastinated at this end. But last year we put it into the Kickstarter campaign, and here we are. It's carved by Kawasaki-san, our young girl in Kobe. This batch is printed by Kubota-san. And they're now ready to go. And I'm going to do the last step. I'm going to put in the maker's names. Carved by Kawasaki, printed by Kubota Kenichi. They will go off to Jed this afternoon. And from there they go out to the Kickstarter backers and then to anybody else who wants one. And I've got to find in our matrix here, we've got all the four carvers' names. Bull and all the printers, Kawasaki-san all the printers, John-san all the printers, and then Yumi-san. So I've got to find the right combination. Carved by Kawasaki, printed by Kubota. Here it is. And these are polymer plates, so they're jushiban in Japanese. We don't try and carve all these little characters each time around. Double-sided tape, of course. Okay, what's going on over here? So the one I was looking at, this one. So This is one of the reject ones from Kubota-san. When I get the stack back from him, there's actually quite a lot this time, I'm not quite sure why. This is the first time for this print. I get the stack back from him. I've got it back, it's actually in 3 groups. The top group here is the reject ones. He himself has chopped these off. And it's a little bit of, I don't know, this is a bit of an insult to me, the fact that he's done this. I don't know. He should, of course, separate them. Here's the few rejects and here's the good ones. But the fact that he's cut it off makes it clear that we can't sell them. So what he's sort of implying by doing this is that he doesn't want to get paid for these. He doesn't expect to get paid for these. But he's also making sure that I can't sell them. And some of them, why was this rejected? It takes some time to figure out why it was rejected. Oh, he's marked it here, yeah. A little bit of misregistration down at the bottom. If I put these out on the table to you, there's no way you'd be able to tell. Somewhere in here must be his first few, the 1, 2, 3. Here they are. The color is very much lighter. It was the first color tests, so they're not real prints. But then in the rest of the batch, there's something, a paper defect on this one. Anyway, there they are. They're cut and rejected. So I'll use one of those right now, just for testing the position of this. And then I'll put the maker's name on the rest of the batch. And I need some water. Now what I've got today, I've got a couple of things for today. This is not going to take the full stream session time, this job. I don't think, well, actually it probably will, but it's not supposed to take the full stream session time. So I've got something else I want to show you today. Something we received from Yahoo Auctions yesterday. Very, very, very interesting package of prints. So I'll do that. What I'll do is I'll go about halfway through this stack of things here today, then show you those interesting prints I got from the auctions, and then I'll go back and finish off by doing this stuff. Okay, let's test this. Have I got, let's get the camera in a reasonable position here. We can zoom in a bit more, I think. Maybe I should put these down here where you can see them. Is that better? So what we've got the in stack here, the registration mark. And let's try this. Let's see if I got the right place. Registration mark is just drawn on here for now, so if I can get it right. And there we are, carving Kawasaki, printing Kubota Kenichi. I think it needs to go a little bit. I think I'll go up a little bit on this. Can you see it? I don't know if I show. Can I get the right angle here to show it? I'm not really sure. I don't have a good light. Maybe you can see it there. All right, let's do this thing. Where are we? In pile. Where's the out pile going to go? 3 groups. Suka. Sorry about that. I just lost my thread. The 3 groups. There was the reject group there, which I've thrown away over here. The reject group. Then the regular prints. And simply it was this. It was the 2 sizes. They're the same prints. We're printing the normal heroes for sale as single ones. Sometimes in each batch, the way we cut the large paper sheet, there's a bit left over. So what we've been doing recently is whenever there's left over on the paper sheet, we've been printing some with a wider border. Because we know at the end of the year this year, we're going to be making another one of those Ukiyo Heroes bound volumes. So we'll need some prints with a wide border so that they'll end up being bound together in a bound volume. Now actually, that's not going to happen until the end of the year. So this batch almost certainly will end up being trimmed narrow and sold as single prints. But whenever we've got the extra left over in the big sheet that we're cutting, we now always print a batch this way to get ready for this next edition of large prints. So no, there's not really 3 batches here. There's simply good prints and a few rejected prints. So the idea is when we get to 20 prints in the series, we'll do another pair of bound volumes. The first 10 again in a volume and the second 10 in a second volume. Well, Jed's here. Yeah, aren't they cool, Jed-san? They're so nice. So nice. I don't know how close we can focus here, I'm not sure. I really like the effect. The distance, the middle distance, the transparency in the light, the strength at the front, the deep purple bottom here. I really like this one. I'm going to keep one for myself. Also, I hope this one turns out to be a really popular item because I'd really love for Kawasaki-san to be getting a better royalty. The way we pay the carvers here is not just a flat fee for the blocks, the same as traditional carvers, traditional publishers do. We pay a royalty to the carvers. They get paid an initial fee. They get 16% of retail for the first 100 copies. Then they get 8% of retail for all subsequent prints. And we pay an advance to the carvers. So Kawasaki-san, the carver, she got 16% of $150 plus 8% of $150 for 200. And then as we reprint this in the future, as more orders come in, she gets paid again 8% of retail for every print that's printed in perpetuity, as long as we're in business. And she's now carved a lot of our prints. She's done all the subscription prints for the past few years. And this is her second hero. She did the Blue Storm for us. So she's now getting royalties for a bunch of prints. So she's going to be one happy little camper as time goes by. Somebody's asking about the variations in lamplight. I'm not quite sure. It's very simple. The building in the background, of course, is on 2 blocks. It's on a gray block, and it's on a block we printed with pale yellow. So the building is 2 blocks. The lamp is just a triangle of wood. I don't have the blocks here to show you. It's just a triangle of block with printed in a gradation. Heavy Yamabuki, it's a yellow-red color, heavy down to light. Then on top of that, there's another gradation at the top of the print which comes down over the whole thing. So perceive this as something being transparent, but it's not. This is all just pigment put on a piece of paper. There's no transparency involved here at all, but it looks like it is. Yeah, so she got $3,600 for the carving fee for this set of blocks. We paid it to her at the time the blocks were handed in. And then, as I said, she'll get royalties from now on. After the 200 are printed. We haven't printed 200 yet. This is the first batch. It's 80 or something, whatever. So when we do the next batch of, say, 80, she won't get paid for that because that's wrapped into her fee for the first 200. It's only when we go over 200 that she gets paid. That she gets paid extra. Yay, stream. So I'm here today. That's celebration. Yesterday I was just too zonked, you know. I was up late last night. Well, again, 2 nights. I was up late last night too. Working on the toilet downstairs, that seems to be my little job, but I still haven't got it done. Well, you know, working like 1 or 2 hours every couple of days doesn't get much work done, but I'm within striking distance now. The new fan is in, the light is in, the plastering's all done. I've got to put the baseboard in. I put stain on the baseboard last night, and today, if I get time, I'll mount the baseboard. Then maybe, what's next? Painting before I put the floor in. I guess it's smarter to do it that way. So painting the walls, then lay the tile floor, and then put in the toilet itself, and that should be, oh, then hang the door. Last step is I got to hang the door. So. It's frustratingly slow because me and Aoyama-san just have so little time to spend on it. 2 of us in our spare time building a shop in Tokyo. I mean, give me a break. Most sensible companies have teams. They bring in a construction team for it. Just not possible for us. install the voice module. No voice module in the toilet. As I said, we didn't buy that model of toilet. I bought a nice high-grade toilet, but I didn't buy the top model. The one that opens up and speaks to you when you come in the bathroom. I didn't buy that one. What's someone asked about software? What kind of production software do we use to run our business? It's a complete way to describe it. We have a suite of custom applications, which means all the different pieces of software I built on different platforms over about 20 years to do things. Our subscription business runs on custom software I wrote for the Mac here. We're a Mac house, Apple house. And I've written Mac software for all of our order processing, all of our subscription processing, everything from handling who gets what print each month, what's in the database, and what they get next month, and how much they've paid, and address labels, and shipping invoices, and everything else. That's all Mac software that I wrote. And all of our own in-house system, our manager system, which handles, who carved this and how many copies are printed and what jobs go to the printers and what party bookings have come in and when the staff are working and what time do they start and what time do they stop. And all of our in-house software is stuff running on a PHP system in the back end of our website. It's on the net. It's net-based because so many of us have to access it from different computers. The order processing can be on the Mac by itself because it's all handled by one person in one location, the office desk, and we don't want it on the net for security reasons. But all of our in-house stuff is all just on the back end of our website. And that's a custom CMS system I built to run the catalog, the online catalog. And people complain about the website because it looks awful, and it is. It's old-fashioned, and some of it's not responsive and stuff like that. But actually, the back end of the system is really, really sophisticated. What we haven't got around to doing is just building a nice, clean, neat new website. Okay, let me get to the end of this first batch here. And I said, I'll show you some prints I got yesterday from Yahoo Auction. I'll do half of these now. Maybe 10 more or so. Then we'll show you those prints. Oh God, stream. Moving to Shopify, no thanks. It's much better for us to have our own system. Like I said, it's a complete data management system. I mentioned before about paying royalties to the carvers and stuff like this. All that stuff is handled within our own system here. The paper, which batch the paper is, which batch of sizing it was done, how many grams per liter were in the size, Everything we do here goes into our database. It's a huge, nice, big data. We're not using it all yet for analyzing our business, but it's there. The data is there as we need to use it. Even the simple stuff, how many of each print is sold and when we need more coming up. Can I translate what the calligraphy on the top right-hand corner means? No, I can't, but Jed's in the stream here. Jed-san, are you watching? What's the message? What's the cartouche you've made up here? Which I suspect to know where you can find it. If you go to Jed's website, he's looking it up. Yeah, if he's going to go to his website, ukiyo-heroes.com, look for the Jikle version of this print, and the information must be there. Any pictures from downstairs? No, Cameron's got a bunch. He was shooting me last night when we were tearing down part of the wall. We actually got Cameron on a construction crew yesterday. He had a crowbar in his hand, pulling tiles off the wall in the old kitchen at the back. So yeah, I've got to get him to make me another slideshow, some more pictures from downstairs. So I don't have one today, sorry, but coming up soon, maybe. Drink more Ovaltine. Yeah, Cameron's down with the crowbar, and he was going at it really well. He had his office clothes on too, he wasn't dressed for it. Okay, partway through. Okay, as I said, let's take a break from this for a minute. I'll show you something else I got yesterday. And we'll come back to this. Let me take a break for a minute here. Let me put this safely out of the way. I need to zoom out because this next thing's a little bit big. I know that's as far as it'll go. Okay, we're always buying used stuff for our flea market in our shop. And two of our employees, Doi-san and Ueda-san, they have a license to go to the used book dealers in the auctions for the used book dealers. So we buy a lot of stuff from down there. But I also buy a lot of stuff just in Yahoo auctions. And all kinds of stuff comes up on Yahoo auctions. And some of it is carefully described and carefully annotated. And some of it is just a bunch of people who got something they didn't know what to do with. So they just took a couple of pictures, bang, bang, put it up on Yahoo auctions and said, this looks like woodblock prints. We're not sure what it is. Please investigate and bid. So you've got to look at the pictures and stuff like that and figure out what's going on. So this one came up about 4 or 5 days ago. It's a set of prints. It's the Ando Hiroshige's brush. It's the Tokaido Gochusanski. It's the set of 55 prints that is the old post road. It's a reproduction set, of course. This is nothing to do with original prints from Hiroshige's era. This is a post-war reproduction set. And as soon as I saw the picture in the auction, I know we've had this set many times before. I've got a set of my own. We know what this is. So step one, we know they're woodblock prints. We don't really care much about what the guy describes it as. What we do care is what's the storage condition? Hozon jotai, how well it's been cared for. Because sometimes if the prints were just bought as a set, left on a bookshelf in a damp room, when you open it up, they're full of mold and foxing and all kinds of stuff. So the number one question for me when I see these auctions, I know what these goods are. What I want to know is the storage condition. And these guys, this was a recycle shop who got these. They didn't know anything about woodblock prints. They took a picture of the front cover. They took a picture of some of the stuff that was inside it. There's some, there's some blank cardboard stuff here. Then they took a picture of this, of the pamphlet that was inside and the cover picture that's inside and stuff like that. And then they took a picture of one of the prints. I don't remember which one it was. They just opened up the set. They took a photograph of one of the prints, and that's what they put up on the auction. And then they also mentioned storage condition is really excellent. So I thought, okay, let's go for this. I know what this set is. Let's just go for it. Let's buy it. So I bid, and somebody else bid against me, and we had to go quite high. I had to go to about $700 to get this. Now that's about the max that I could possibly pay for a set of Tokaido prints in reproduction. There's two things we could do with it. We can try and sell it as a set all by itself. The number of people who are going to buy a set of 55 prints is not so great, so we would have to wait a while. Or if it turns out that the set is not so good as a whole set, we'd break the set up and put them in our shop one by one by one. Anyway, I bid, as I said, I bid $700 and something for it, won the auction, paid overnight, and it was shipped the next day, so I got it 2 days later. That was yesterday morning. We crack it open, we look inside. Pretty much as described. There's the pamphlet, which it has English explanations too, which is good if we're going to sell this overseas. A very nice catalog, back from the ear with price lists and stuff. This is very, very interesting. And then we start to look, and there's all the prints inside. And I crack it open, and I pull it up, and the very first print on top is totally, absolutely covered in mold. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a total, absolute disaster. It's a piece of crap. It's unsaleable. It's unusable. It's total, absolute garbage. So I'm thinking, I've been taken for a ride, but this is a serious thing. They described it as being in good condition, but you open it up and the very first one on top is in crap condition. I am going to make a claim about this and try and get my money back. Now, Yahoo doesn't help in these cases. Yahoo's just a, you got what you paid for, blah, blah. It's between you two guys. So you got to sort it out with the seller. But I looked through it a bit more. The next one below it is in beautiful condition. The next one below it is in beautiful condition. And all the other prints in the set, here's the back side of one of the packages. All the other prints in the set are nicely made, cleanly done, good printing, good colors, all set to go. But my problem now is because it's a set of 55, you can't sell it as a set of 54. One of them is totally foxed. So we sat there yesterday trying to think up to ourselves, what are we going to do about this? Try and find a replacement for that print, send this thing back to the maker, to the seller, or break it up and sell them individually. But I then noticed something else. On the front cover there, they've put this little label, and it says, Hanga 57. Now, wait a minute. Now, there is confusion about this. This series is called Tokaido Goju Tsan Tsugi, 53 stations of the post road. But in a normal set, there are 55 prints, because the way they counted it in the old days was it was Edo to Kyoto, and the 53 stations in between. So this set of prints always has 55 prints, even though the title says the 53 stations of the post road. It means 1 + 1 + 53. So there should be 55. There's a little label here that says 57. So we dug around. And that piece of cardboard that was up on the front of this thing actually is 2 pieces of cardboard. And inside it, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know if you guys know what this is. There might be somebody out there who knows what this is. But we have here an early Shinhanga print designed by Takahashi Shote with the original Watanabe seal on it. And this is, I think, 1938. It might be 1936. I can't remember. Somebody could look it up. It's Takahashi Shote. I should have done this yesterday. I can't even remember the name of the mountain. Mikubo Mountain. If somebody can Google, I should have done some homework here. I'm sorry. If you Google Takahashi Shote, it's a mount. If you Google Takahashi Shote Fuji, this image will come up. And I forget the name of the mountain. It's the name of the district. And this is rare stuff. And the copy we've got here is in beautiful, beautiful condition. This is pre-war, original era Shinhanga on beautiful, beautiful paper. But, as I said, 55 prints should be in there. The guy said there was 57, so there's one more. So, what did I do with it? We look around a bit more, and we get this. Some of you might know what this is, if there's any Shinhanga collectors in here. This is Shinhanga. It's got the seal Kawase Hasui. The date is Showa 6, which is 19... I was born in Showa 26, which was 51. This is 1931. And this again is Watanabe. It's got the Watanabe seal in the corner. And this one is dynamite. I did look this one up this morning. Oh, I don't know what I did with it. I've forgotten already the name of the shrine here. If you go to ukiyo-e.org and if you Google Hasui Temple, this will come up. And this has got to be at least, I don't know, conservative estimate, $2,000. At least $2,000, and perhaps a lot more. And it's in beautiful, beautiful, beautiful condition. So I got taken for a ride in one sense by the people not describing well the prints that they sold me, but I don't think I'll make a claim against them. That's the way these auctions go, you know. You buying semi-sight unseen. I paid whatever it was, 700, I forget, my 74,000 yen, I guess, which is about $700. Which, if the set had been neat and clean, would have been a good fair price to pay for it. But it's not neat and clean, so I think what we're going to do is these sets come up all the time in broken form. You know, like I said, we talked about this before on a stream the other day. What in the 1960s, what people would do is they would buy these sets. They would put one or two in a frame in their room and put the rest on the shelf, and they would be intending to change them out and change them out. And perhaps sometimes they even did change them out and change them out. But at some point, somebody stops changing them out. The two frames or the one frame sits on the wall, the set's on the bookshelf, the person dies, the house gets sold, goods get dispersed, and we end up with sets missing one or two or three or four all the time. This is daily, daily, daily. We see these on the auctions. Broken sets of these collector sets from the 1960s and 70s. So what we're going to do is put this aside for a while, and we're going to keep an eye out, watching for another broken set of this. And it's just a matter of time. It won't be tomorrow, but anytime soon, another set will come up that has this same print inside it. And if it's not foxed, we swap it in, swap it out, get new covers for all these, because all the covers are good, susceptible to foxing. And we will have a complete set of Tokaido prints, plus a nice little bonus on the top. Did somebody find those prints? I should have really done this a bit more careful. I'm sorry. I know that Hasui print, eh? What's the name of the shrine? Has somebody got it here already? It's actually not mold, it's foxing. It's foxing. It's not mold, which has actually like spores and fungal growth. This is foxing. And even the experts about this are not really clear as to what causes foxing. You go up on the net and look for all different people who are doing research and discussion on this. And there's no clear consensus on what foxing is. It doesn't always spread in a nice circular motion like mold does. Mold starts in one spot and then grows out in a circular pattern. This is different, and it will be different, stronger or weaker depending on how the pigment was above it. It's chemical, I think, more than biological. But I don't know, and I'm not the only one who doesn't know. There's really not good consensus about this. It doesn't seem to spread from one to the other in the way that mold does. Mold will infect something and start to go through. Yeah, Meguro, there it is. You've got it. Good. The Hasui print, eh? It's a Meguro Fudo by Kawase Hasui, and it must be 1931. This is pre-war. Yeah. So okay, here we go. The other one. Did somebody find the name of the other one? I really apologize for not doing a bit of research before I started this morning. It's been a bit chaotic the last few days. Did somebody find this one? If you go to ukiyo-e.org, somebody's got it, have they? Copy link. Where am I? Oh. Yeah, here we are. Takahashi Shote, Fuji from Mizukubo. Actually, the person is linked to, that's a post-war reproduction from the same blocks. The one that somebody linked a while ago. It's a post-war reproduction. This is the original Watanabe version. It'll be 1936 or 38, I can't remember. The Watanabe seal is there. It's the Watanabe seal in the corner, and it's got nothing below the title. The post-war reproductions have extra writing in the title here. Anyway, enough. I gotta get back to work. But this is very, very nice. Good fun. Our associate Doi-san, the guy who helps me with buying from these auctions and stuff, he wasn't involved in this. He's been off for a couple of weeks. His mother has been in hospital. But when he comes back next Monday, he's going to see this, and he's just going to dance and dance up and down. So there we go. Good. Thank you. Win some, lose some. In this case, both. Oh, there's also another story here. What should I do? It's 8:43. Okay, let's do this. There's something else too. And I'm not sure how much. No, I gotta save it. I don't have enough preparation done. It's a nice story, but it needs more preparation. Let's save it. It's about Ayumi-san. Okay, let's put this away. Let's get back to work. Oof, too heavy. Where was I? No, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to tease. Just, I don't know, if there's some stories that can be told, and there's some stories that need stuff to show you, and I haven't got the preparation for that stuff done, so I'm sorry. All right, let's get back to work here. Yeah, I know Cameron in pictures too. I'll get Cameron when we got a minute. He's been flooded too, you know. I know Cameron's now in the same position as I am. Every day he can't get through all the work that's waiting to be done. He's doing now all the order processing coming in, all the subscription processing, not much of it manual. And he's doing all the emails from overseas. And he's now flooded. He's having trouble keeping up. Well, where am I? What am I doing? Okay. Let's keep going. So we've got the next batch of prints, and we're going to be still doing embossing on the name here. Cameron needs an assistant. That's right. That's the way it's going. David needs an assistant. He got Cameron. Cameron needs an assistant. He's going to hire somebody else. She's going to need an assistant soon. That's the way our business is growing, you know. I just got my tax returns back from the accountant a couple of days ago. No, we knew before the numbers came back how we had done. And last year, the overall state of our business in terms of sales, how much we sold, how much money came in, how many things we sold, last year was 150% of the previous year. So we grew 150% over the previous year. And this year now already, and it's, what is it? How far into the year are we? It's March the 15th, so that's we're 10 weeks into the year. So we're about 1/5 of the way through the year. And we have long ago passed 1/4 of last year's revenue, and we are now within a day or two of reaching 1/3 of last year's revenue. And we're 10 weeks into the year. It's really, really just simply exploding. Numbers of subscribers are way up. Ukiyo-e Heroes prints are flying out the door as fast as we can make them. The shop is chaos. Chaos. Morning till night, people are here. Again, we had the experience yesterday. It was so crowded in the shop sometimes that there were people who came up the stairs, looked through the glass window, and just couldn't get in. They just turned around and went back outside. On Tuesday, we were closed. It's our closing day. I'm downstairs working on that damn toilet. Got the shutter closed. Cameron was upstairs doing bookkeeping and stuff. And he and I were running back and forth upstairs. So we had left the shop door unlocked, unfortunately. And somebody, a family group, came, tried the door handle, found it open. They went upstairs. I'm downstairs inside the shutter doing construction. These guys tried the door handle for the shop, went upstairs, found a totally dark shop, nobody there. And they were like calling around, hello, anybody home, whatever. And Cameron, who was upstairs, heard their voices, came down, and the lights are all off. They're standing in the middle of this dark shop, and they're like, we've been watching YouTube videos. Is Dave around, So he's like, whatever, they're here. So he brings them downstairs, brings them in the shutter into the shop. They climb over all the construction stuff and come there. I am in the middle of the toilet plastering something with my plaster in my hair and crap and everywhere. And so we chat for a while. Really friendly people. Really, really happy people. I know a couple of brothers. One of them was a Kickstarter backer. One's a Patreon backer. And they just wanted to see us and meet us. So we chatted for a while. They took a couple of pictures. Me with my plastering outfit. And then they left, Yesterday too, a young English couple from Thailand. A really fun couple. They did a print party, chatted for a while. They've been following our stuff for a long time. He was a backer of the original Kickstarter campaign back in like 6 years ago, 2012. And these people want to talk and chat, and I'm happy to talk and chat with them. It eats up so much time, but whatever. It's who we are and what we do. So. And among all these visitors, some of them take some more prints home, some of them don't. That's the way it goes. It doesn't matter. We don't expect everybody to come here and buy stuff. It's a shop. People come in, look around, and go. And as I said, our growth now is so spectacular. There's no feeling for us that we have to try and push people to sell stuff. Buy more, buy more, buy more. We can't. We can't keep up with it, so it doesn't matter. Any news on the shutter printing? No, we haven't decided what to do on that. So no, that's still we're a bit puzzled about that. I know, to bring people up to date, someone's asking about the shutter printing. There's a metal shutter, a shutter in front of the shop. And we have to do something. We have to put a design on it or paint it or do something with it. And we've been investigating shutter graphics. What are, shutter graphics? And there's a lot of companies in both in Japan and anywhere who will take your Illustrator or Photoshop files, whatever, and prepare a set of stickers. It's a set of horizontal stickers that stick onto the horizontal slats of the shutter, and you can open it and close it. And here in Japan, it's sort of a captive market, and they are really, really expensive. It's like $5,000 or $6,000 for a small shutter like we have, just to get a simple set of shutter graphics, which they're going to print out on their inkjet printer in 15 minutes. So it's a captive market. They've got you by the balls, and the prices are really, 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 really high. So we've been exploring online, and it turned out Cameron and I found a bunch of companies in England, in Britain, who do relatively inexpensive shutter graphics. Same thing, you send your Photoshop files and bang, away they go. I guess there's a lot of problem with graffiti over there. So a lot of people have their shutters replaced, their shutter graphics replaced quite frequently. So it's a competitive market and prices are much lower compared to Tokyo. There's no graffiti problem in Tokyo at all. So it's not a big deal. Somebody will replace their shutter graphic once every bajillion years. So it's not a big market here, very expensive. But we can't get any of those British companies to reply to us. We've sent emails, we've been asking, can we get your business? Can we, get an overseas order? And they won't reply. So it's a bit frustrating. We're not ready to give up and order from one of these overpriced Tokyo outfits, but and we got to get moving on it soon because we're not ready to open yet, but we're getting there bit by bit. And it's going to be, some weeks or whatever from now that we'll be open. So we got to solve this problem of a graphic for our shutters. Hire a graffiti artist, yeah. So. The install, we can do the install. We can wash it, we can wash the metal, we can wipe it with alcohol, make sure it's all primed, ready to have the stuff stuck on. We're not dummies, we can do that ourselves. And maybe that's why the British companies don't reply to us, because they do full packages with printing and installation. Maybe they don't do a do-it-yourself service. So I guess that's probably why they haven't replied to us yet. It's totally the wrong light. Can you see it? There it is. It's the usual thing. It's Horiburu Suri Kubota Kenichi. Horiburu means, of course, Hori, carving. Oh, it's not bull, it's Kawasaki. What am I talking about? Dave, wake up. Hori Kawasaki Suri Kubota Kenichi. I'm trying to take credit for this one. I didn't carve this one. I wanted to, but can't do that anymore. Can't do all these things. Will we be updating the collection section of the Legendary Loot page as we get the new designs? I think what we've been doing there, we are updating that at the end of every month. Oh, here's Cameron's son. We're updating it at the end of every month with the prints that were mailed that month. We're not going to update in advance with the designs that we are preparing. There are a lot of collectors out there who want the surprise of opening the package and seeing the print. So the online web pages for the current series, always, we did the same thing last year. we never put future prints on the web page. We only put the prints up that are already done, right, Cameron-san?
Yep.
Someone's asking, where's all the loot designs on the website?
They're secret.
So are we still on track? Are we putting what? At the end of every month, we open the ones that were sent that month, right?
Right, so we only have 1 and 2.
So the one, so 1 and 2, the print's sent in January, the print's sent in February.
Right.
So the one that's the third print at the end of March, it's in the mail now.
Yeah.
Or they've got it already.
Yeah, most people should.
It'll be on the website at the end of March. So that's the policy on that one. I was also chatting about the shutter. People are asking about the shutter graphics. Is it ready yet?
Yeah.
And the same problem. We're not getting any replies from overseas at all.
Yeah.
And people have got suggestions on how to contact British companies and whatever.
Using their contact forms on their websites.
And so they suggest maybe the emails are getting caught by spam filters, but I don't know. It's the contact form
I'm
on
just
their
using
website.
their contact forms,
so it should get through.
Yeah. But maybe they're just ignoring it because they don't do international.
No, maybe so. It's an all-in-one service. They print it. They come out with their truck and they stick it on, and they don't want people to be doing a do-it-yourself thing. I don't know. Well, in that case, maybe what we should be doing then is, like a DIY Canadians or something. Send to a shutter graphics company in Canada. Their customers must be saying, "I can do this myself."
Yeah.
Typical Canadians. So I don't know. We've got to get moving on it because we've got to do something.
Yeah. Okay. Just have
bite the bullet and pay through the nose for one of these Japanese companies. I don't know.
Yeah.
At least I presume it would be good quality.
Yeah.
We've also got people. I saw someone who says, "Oh, come in, I'll paint it." Whatever. That's a plus minus. I don't know. So.
Getting the names on here.
Well, actually, somebody here. Can you have a look at this? Someone's mentioning something sensible about this. Get a quote. I can't see what it says, or someone says you can get a quote for us. So.
Okay.
Can you get it round? Get my socks out of the way. Excuse me. Don't touch. You're gonna die.
Dead.
There's 3. We're wired today.
Oh, okay.
Rather than Wi-Fi. So. All clear. Good. I'll just truck along here.
Okay.
I've only got about 10 minutes more work, and then I'm done.
I've got my...
To read the chat.
Yep. Read the chat.
I haven't copied it.
Morning. Morning, good morning, good morning. Let me catch up, see where you are. Let's see. Oh, someone says, yeah, if we send a photo of the shutters, we've got plenty and we know the measurements, then I can guarantee a rep would send us a quote within a day or two, coming from Canada.
Okay.
So, how can you give us your contact information, or let me know what website to send it to? That would be great.
If it's a Twitch member, we can go to the Twitch page. If his bio has public information on it, I don't know. Or he can just send an email. Pop up the questions. I don't know.
Okay, the question email box?
No, I mean, what I mean is in the stream here,
Oh, okay.
the scroller at the bottom right now is set for the today one. If you turn off today,
Okay, goodbye today.
and then turn on the one that says questions,
Okay, there it is.
that's how he can get to us.
Yeah, so send us an email to that address. And that's now a marquee at the bottom of the screen. Chat's gone quiet.
Because you're here.
Oh, no. But everything looks like it's going.
The video is still active?
Yep. Okay, they're all back.
What, did it go down when we moved the
No, they just
Okay.
were quiet, I guess.
Okay, well, if something is happening on that, then we have to also get decided what to do, what the graphic should be. We still haven't decided on that yet. So.
Yeah. Yep.
It's no good using the Baron mark because the Baron is actually going to be hanging over the the shutter. The
Don't
Baron
need to have 2 of them at the front of the store. But some of the most recognizable images would probably be the Great Wave or the rickshaw cart design or a big photo of you. I know you'd love that.
Asakusa but yeah, right.
Yeah. Or owls on the shutter.
Because the shutter's only visible at night anyway.
Yeah.
During the day it's not there, so it's not going to bring people in. But it's just that when we're closed.
Or use George Sellis's picture of Dave. The carving bench.
Yeah, maybe. Or have one made up that makes a bit more sense to people who are just walking by. You know?
Yeah. Thinking back, see people asking, can I take a picture of the Fuji one? What's the Fuji one? Are you talking about these pictures?
No. I was talking about the auction goods we won yesterday. You know that.
Yeah.
Did you see it? The Tokaido set with the extra 2 prints
Yes,
inside?
the extra 2 prints were gorgeous.
So whatever, tell a story on Facebook, I guess.
Okay.
So like we have no time to do anything else. Yeah.
I actually did get a couple pictures of it with you holding it yesterday, so maybe I'll use one of those.
I've got to get the blog back up and running. Oh!
But
Davey sent I know. I don't know what to do. Just shit. We can't post to our own blog anymore. You know.
Yeah.
I've got to get that sorted. And we still haven't paid the young man who is helping us. Please bug me on that. Push me on that today. At the very least, let's pay him for what he's done so far.
Right.
He's probably real disappointed in me. You know, Dave promises big and doesn't deliver. You know, whatever. So please push me on that.
Okay.
Or just sort of do it. You know his address because we sent him.
We did.
He sent him one of the.
Is PayPal what you've agreed on, or
whatever? I don't even remember.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Follow up.
And I don't think I have the data how many hours he spent on it and stuff like that. I don't know.
Okay.
He's been really cool, really polite, just sitting in the background. But
he's done a ton.
He's done a ton of work. So.
Yeah. Shutter design. It could be the octopus.
Right.
It would certainly attract some attention.
Nighttime Asakusa, so attention from the police department. Right.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Tokyo's getting more progressive, but it's not that progressive. Yeah. Right across the street from a family hotel.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
I don't know if you saw it over on the Acolyte page.
Yeah.
Somebody posted a video of another person. The third party visited Asakusa, took his camera, walked around Asakusa, and put the video up on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't come down this street. He came down Hoppidori.
Okay.
Looked towards this direction. There's Mokuhankan. Then turned left and went the other way.
Got it.
So the video has nothing to do with Mokuhankan.
Yeah.
But one of the guys on the Acolyte page posted this and said, "Hey, you can see quick. If you look at 8 minutes and 47 seconds, there's a glimpse of Mokuhankan." So
that's funny.
So I posted to it. I said, "Yeah, there's our sign," and I leaked this sort of thing that we're thinking. What I would like to do is have our sign movable, so that on the sign, the Baron itself just slightly went back and forth, very, very, very slowly. Is it moving or not? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
I want it to become sort of visible. There's that very, very, very famous sign in Osaka.
Right.
What is it? Dotenbori? The big crab with the crab.
The legs that
open and close. And people stand there and watch it. It's There's nobody in this country who doesn't know about that. Yeah. And if they go to Osaka, they want to see that. So I want this bear mark to be Tokyo's version of that famous Osaka crab.
That would be pretty cool.
There's a limit to what you can do because it's pretty big, so it's slow motion. But maybe something like this that just moved side by side, it wouldn't be difficult. You could have a slider at the back with a little tab that rocked it.
Yeah.
I think it would be quite doable.
Yeah. That would be cool.
A 3-meter wide barroom that just slowly moved back and forth like this. And people would see it moving, and there it is. There's Mokahunk on the print shop,
Yeah.
We've got to do this, but
That'd be really cool.
And this next couple of weeks, we're going to be moving the sign down because
Right.
we can now move it. So it's our chance, but it's a big job.
Yeah. What?
When we
Do you build it yourself? Are you hired?
Wow,
someone?
it would cost a fortune. We can build it, design it. I'm
Yeah.
sure we can design. You can take a strong frame at the back with a slot. The thing moves. Typhoons, you've got to have this thing, really tied down
firmly
tight. Because if a typhoon came and blew that off and it conked somebody, we are dead. I mean, they're dead and then we're dead. So
Yeah.
So it's not a trivial thing to do.
No.
But I think it's doable.
Yeah.
The sign we've got right now, it is extremely strongly bolted to the front of that building.
Right.
This was a concern of ours, because this is Typhoon Alley, and
Yeah.
so it's made of cloth that it's on a strong frame, and the frame is bolted heavily to the concrete.
Right.
And we're thinking that the first thing that would give is the cloth.
Yeah.
And also, there's
The
somebody
cloth's
here.
not going to kill anybody. If the whole frame came off,
It goes on like a sail.
Yeah.
So what I've always been thinking over the past few years since we did this is in typhoon season, August, September, there's always somebody here,
Yeah.
even in the middle of the night. And if it starts to look bad, I open that window and I can see it starting to go. I just get my knife and I just slash it to pieces.
Huh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
To make sure this thing doesn't fly away.
Got
So
it.
it's easy to replace the piece of cloth,
Yeah.
but if that thing's going to rip off the wall, it's a different story. So. But so far, we haven't had an actual direct hit typhoon. We've had some really strong winds some of the autumns.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched that thing carefully, and not a problem. It rattles and rattles and rattles, but there's been not the slightest thought that it might fly off. But if we do go to a mobile version, then that's a different story because it's not anchored quite so strongly to the building anymore. So
Yeah.
it could be done with change. Those lights you see in people's living rooms, the hanging pendant lights, the concern about falling down in an earthquake. So all those old pendant lights, they're connected with a hook to swing on.
Yeah.
And there's a safety chain, which connects to the light and to the roof anchor. So even if it comes off its hook in an earthquake, it doesn't fall
another
down.
chain.
It's got another chain to hold it. So we could do that. Even if it was mobile, we could still have safety chains so that in the end, if it did come loose,
Then it's still...
it can't fly away. So.
Yeah. Still attached. I don't know what he's talking about. Do you know what this is? Just do that single line pixelation thing. Oh, probably about the octopus. That's a while ago. Just pixelate things. Okay, sorry. What is this? That's not Dave. Yeah, sorry. Not Dave. But you can see Dave's hands.
Can I get that? Yes,
there you are.
Here. There were also requests earlier in the stream, and Dave, it's been a while since we've had some pictures from downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
So that is, it's because there's not much progress downstairs.
Took some yesterday and the day before. Did you end up doing that slideshow with the progress?
Some weeks back.
Yeah, some weeks
whatever.
back. Okay.
I just showed pictures, but it's weeks ago now. I don't remember. So. There's lots of progress in the back room, even since yesterday, since what you saw. Aoyama-san was very busy yesterday.
Really?
The back wall is almost done now.
Oh, wow. Yesterday we spent some while just ripping tiles off the wall.
So I mentioned Cameron got dirty yesterday,
Yep.
so wow. So. So I'm not sure this. Yesterday was parties, top to bottom, and today there's no parties. And we have Teiko-san and Kawai-san here, so we're overstaffed today. So this means downstairs. So
yeah.
So I'm going to head downstairs. I'm going to try and finish the toilet baseboards and do the painting.
Okay.
And maybe we can get the tiles done. So.
Yeah. Sounds good. Oh, here. We've got a question. Are you still thinking about partnering with the blacksmith in the future to sell carving tools? I know that got derailed by Ukiyo-e Heroes, but...
Wait. I got an envelope here. Cameron, we've got to jump on this.
Okay.
I've got an envelope here. Sent to me. I don't even know how to tell it. It's an hour-long story. The young man saw what we were doing with the tools 5 or 6 years ago, we tried to make our own line of tools. We got stuff ready. I made jigs for building them. He came and saw and chatted with me a few months ago, and he said, can I take some sample blades? I gave him some sample blades. We have a package from him. What he has done is he has built some little jigs. He has got a CNC machine up and running. He has got a laser machine up and running. And he has got a proposal for me on how to make the handles for the set of tools that we tried to set up 6 years ago and failed. And he says, let's do this together. He bought a knife from another shop, modeled it into a CAD program. Then he's got his desktop CNC, and he replicated it in his desktop CNC. Now, this isn't good enough because that's not a good model that we want to use. We have our own models, but that's maybe the way this should go. And all those little funny jigs I was building to try and cut and mill these parts on a table saw.
Yeah.
CNC machine, desktop CNC might be the way to go with this.
Cool.
This isn't 100% there. He's got his first little one up and made, and it's a bit clumsy, it's a bit funny, but right there is a Japanese carving knife with the sample blade that I sent him from our nice steel maker.
Wow.
Made in parts here in Japan on a desktop CNC machine and logoed with, it says here, test logo burned in.
Huh.
So look at this.
Cool.
He's also got, some of the parts have to be like scooped out that couldn't be done on the CNC machine, but he had his 3D printer, made a little jig with a 3D printer. You put the thing in, clip it, screw it down, scoop it out, away you go.
Yeah.
This is so cool. This is the kind of thing I would love to be playing with myself, but don't even think about having the time.
Yeah.
So here we are. So Cameron, we have got to call this guy.
Okay.
And get
Is he
going on
here?
this.
Where is he?
No, he's in 080. What doesn't tell me? He's Nakagyo, Kyoto.
Okay, so he's here in Japan.
Yeah,
though.
here in Japan.
Not too far. Cool. We've also got another question from Cow Level. It says, interesting channel. Do you have a main inspiration or favorite artist? After finally getting my hands on this huge book on Kuniyoshi by Timothy Clark, I'd have to say mine is definitely Kuniyoshi. Do you have some favorite ukiyo-e artists? Or
Is Jed still here?
Is
Jed's
Jed
the
still
guy
here?
to ask. No, really, Jed's the guy to ask on that. So
yeah, if Jed's still in here, he's the one who does a lot of the designs that have been carved lately. So.
Although I know what he's going to jump in and say Yoshitoshi, because that's Jed's
main inspiration.
main inspiration, or at least it was at some point in the past, So
Yeah. Let's see. Is this chap going to supply the acolytes with tools soon? Someone asked.
So see, it's already begun. So
It's already begun.
So, but yeah, maybe Cameron, if you get on this right away, okay, please. So not like you have anything else to do.
Yeah. Oh, someone said Jed's not here, so who did you say? Yoshitoshi?
Yoshitoshi, of course, that's the main. Those.
Big name. And then I think I heard the question mailbox go. You have a few minutes if you still
whatever.
have a few minutes.
I'm finished the work this morning. I've now got to get my clothes changed and get downstairs and start plastering. Not plastering, but painting.
Okay.
I'm done the work.
We've got the information for the man with the shutter quote.
Okay, good.
So thank you. Thanks for sending it
Cameron,
to our
get on
box.
it, Cameron, please. This is so cool. I can just sit here and say, get on it, Cameron, son, please. Nothing ever happens, but I can say it.
I'm going to forward this to myself.
It came up in a stream or something. He said, Cameron needs an assistant.
Yeah.
So.
Assistant to the assistant. Make a Disneyland type giant metal hand that alternates between rubbing, I guess, with the baron and then waving.
So this is the shop.
For the friend.
So, yes. I think that's a little bit beyond us, but whatever. So, stage one, clearly should just be a baron.
Yeah, get that to move first. Yeah. Then we can add the gigantic robotic hand.
So many ideas, so little time.
People are noting, or they're saying, you're from England, but you don't sound British. What's
No, 5 years in Britain, 30 years in Canada, and now 30 odd years in Japan. So I'm basically a Canadian boy. My thinking and outlook are Canadian. But the first 5 years was British.
Okay.
They sent me to this little private school, so I was going to be a real snob. So that's the first few years, and then that got kicked out of me in Canada.
Yeah, you got kicked out of you in Canada.
No, they've got pictures of me when we first emigrated to Canada. There's this little boy. I went to I say public school, it's like a private school.
Yeah.
Little beanie, a little cap and blazer and all that stuff, short pants. And my accent must have been a little high posh, I'm going to be the Prime Minister one day, all this kind of stuff. I was 5.5 years old. I was probably an absolute prick. I don't know, because it's all long.
You were only 5. How bad could you have been?
The place they sent me to a posh little school. They had suddenly become, they had money, suddenly become money.
Yeah.
They'd been themselves, they were working class. My mother's listening probably here, so I just can't say about story. They were working.
She says you weren't a snob.
Okay, whatever. I know. I said I can't argue because I don't remember, but I just, when I think of the situation from a sort of a little preparatory school, it was a prep school. It was absolutely a prep school, with the idea being this student would then go to high levels of education, which my parents, of course, were crazy about, because they had been working class people themselves who never had a chance to go to school.
Got it.
So I'm not insulting them or anything about this,
Yeah.
But from that preparatory school, England, London, suddenly to go to a elementary school on the Canadian prairies, which was full of immigrants from all over Europe and people who couldn't give a crap about anything else. I obviously had to change personality or change mood very quickly. I remember none of this at all.
Yeah.
All I now know is that I'm a sort of a Canadian boy, basically a Canadian boy, rather than with an English way of thinking. So. My mother could be able to remember more about it. I don't know, So we should sit down, stick a mic in her face one day, and ask her to tell lies and tell stories about Dave when he was a little kid. That's an idea, If anybody on these streams, whatever, is in Vancouver, sometimes it's two things. I can be a bit selfish here. Sometimes my mother needs computer support. Last week, Skype upgraded automatically, and it went down, and she couldn't get through the validation process of getting it back up. So she was totally isolated from me in Japan, my brother in Germany, and the other family. Yeah. And we finally did get it up and running. I'm on the phone to her, run back and forth to the computer, try this. So my mother needs a bit of computer support. But there's also this thing, is she could have thousands of stories to tell about Dave when he's a kid. So if some of these Twitch people or whatever are in Vancouver, it might be worth trying to put this together. He could go over and drink tea with my mother or something now and then, whatever. Huh. She's actually a fun person, little old lady, 91 years old. She's good fun.
I've met her briefly on Skype. So hello.
Skype. So I think next time she gets in trouble on the computer, I might ask for help to whatever the YouTube viewers or the Twitch viewers and say, is there somebody in Vancouver who could spend an hour trying to get my mother's Skype up and running again or something, So.
Cool.